In this video, I'm going to show you a neat little rigging trick using geometry nodes and gizmos. I recently released some training called Rigging for Modelers in Blender, and the purpose of the training is to make rigging accessible to everyone and to show you how useful rigging can be even if you're not an animator. And in the training, I demonstrate 3 different methods for rigging the opening of this truck door. The first method uses a simple hierarchy with the door parented to an empty. The second method uses an armature using either forward or inverse kinematics. And the third method uses geometry nodes with this very simple setup that you can see here. And the beauty of the geometry node setup is that it's very easy to reuse. But we can make this setup even more user-friendly by adding a gizmo. And the beauty of this is that it's extremely quick and simple to do. So let me just quickly explain what's going on here in this node graph. We're bringing the geometry in with the group input, feeding it into a transform geometry node, from which we're isolating the Z channel with this combined XYZ node plugged into the rotation input of the transform node. And that means by exposing the Z channel to the group input, we can simply open and close the door by modifying this value. The only other thing you need to know is that the exposed door open parameter has got a minimum and maximum value defined just so that we can constrain the rotation within the desired parameters. But rather than having to select the door and then go to the modifiers tab and driving this channel, wouldn't it be so much nicer to just have a gizmo in the viewport that you can quickly manipulate? Of course it would, and setting this up couldn't be easier. All I need to do is to duplicate the group input, so I'll select it and hit Shift-D to make a copy of it here in the node graph. And then I need to add a gizmo and connect it to this door open input. So hit Shift-A and search for gizmo. Let's grab a dial gizmo, drop it here, take the value input and connect it to the door open parameter, and you can see straight away the gizmo is right there in the viewport, and all I need to do is just to click and drag on it to open and close the door. I just quickly adjust a couple of things. I'm going to uncheck screen space just to give it a definite size, and then I'm also going to check this icon, which in theory means that the gizmo is always going to be visible, but I do find it a little bit buggy. But as you can see, this is a really nice way to rig the opening of this door. I can just grab the gizmo at any time and control the opening of the door. And of course, because this is a geometry nodes graph, it's completely reusable. So I'm just going to rename this to door. And if I want to apply exactly the same rig on the door on the other side, all I need to do is to select the geometry, click on new, and let's just select our door node graph, and it's going to be applied straight away. Now, because this door needs to open the other way, I am going to need to make a couple of changes. So I'm going to click on this icon to make this node graph unique. I'm going to select the door open parameter, and I'm just going to invert the minimum and maximum values. So I'll set the minimum to -1.5 and set the maximum to 0. And now if I just grab the gizmo, I can open and close the door. So far so good, but I'm going to quickly show you how to take this a little bit further, because what I'd like to do next is to use a single gizmo to drive multiple items. So I'm going to add a gizmo to one of the front wheels, but when I rotate this wheel, I want the other wheel to follow along. So with the wheel selected, I'm going to start by adding a new geometry nodes workspace. And once again, I'm just going to select the door workspace and make it unique. I'm going to rename it to wheels. And there's very few changes I need to make. I can leave all of these nodes exactly as they are, but I'm going to select this door open parameter, rename it to wheel turn. Then let's scroll down to the minimum and maximum values, and I'm going to set the minimum value to -0.8 and the maximum value to 0.8. And that's just to reflect the fact that I need different values to drive the wheel turning compared to the door opening. Okay, so far so good. So now if I just grab the gizmo, I can turn the wheel. And I want to apply the identical rotation to the other wheel. And to do that, I'm going to need to create a driver. And once again, this is really simple. I'm just going to use this wheel turn parameter to drive the exact same parameter in the other wheel. So step 1 will be to right click on this parameter and go to copy data path. I'm going to select the other wheel, click on new to create a new geometry nodes workspace, and just grab the wheels workspace. Once again, I'm going to make it unique. I'm just going to select the group input and the gizmo and hit X to delete them because I don't need a gizmo in the second wheel. Then let's head over to the properties panel and go to the wheel turn parameter, and I'm going to go to add driver. So as my object, I'm going to select the other wheel. I'm going to change the type to single property, and in the path, I'm going to paste the path that I copied to the clipboard. With that done, let's return to the viewport, and you can see that both wheels are facing the same way. And if I select this wheel and just turn the gizmo, we are turning both wheels together. And as you can see, the setup is really simple, and the ease of use is great. You just need to grab the gizmo and you can immediately control your rig. So if you found this interesting, I strongly recommend you check out my course, Rigging for Modelers in Blender. It's full of practical examples just like this one.